Hi guys, remember me? It's been a minute since I have sat down in front of the camera to record a video. In fact, it's been 6 months since I've actually filmed a video for my channel. And I decided it was high time that maybe I uploaded a video and let you know all what has been happening and where things are. If you are new to my channel, my name is Ange, and predominantly my channel has been a beauty focused and makeup tutorials, skincare information, and last year I also took you on my journey of breast cancer and the treatment that I was having for that. I was planning on having a break over the Christmas break, but a few weeks turned into months. I just thought I would pop on video today to give you an update, let you know what's happening and what my plans are for videos going forward. Now, I had a day off work a couple of days ago. We had a teachers' strike here in our country, and our kind boss gave support staff the day off as well, and I had 5 videos planned that I was going to film on that day. However, several factors turned that into a bit of a pear-shaped day. One was that because I haven't had my filming set up for quite some time and had everything packed away, it took me quite some time to come up with a situation that was okay to film. Please let me know down in the comments below if you don't mind the dark background. This is a feature wall in the spare bedroom that I have always filmed, but I've normally filmed the other way around with the white wall background. I use this space. I sort of have to contain myself to this filming space because I do have my husband and my daughter living at home, and when I do finally set up, because it takes some time to get going, I don't really want to be interrupted, and there's nothing worse than getting ready for filming and having to stop because you've got noise and things going on. So I contain myself to this bedroom. I'm wanting to go forward not just doing beauty videos, but also I've had a bit of a journey, and I will explain that, and I'm really trying to make this space work. So that was the first thing. It took me quite a bit of time to work that out, and it didn't quite eventuate. But also on that day, even though I had planned to film lots of videos, I got a phone call that really threw the day into turmoil. Now, if you don't already know, I finished my chemo about June last year. Then I did 5 weeks of intense radiotherapy. I'm doing hormone therapy for the next 5 years, which is a tablet to block estrogen because it was a hormone-based breast cancer, and I had a mastectomy. So it's been a hot minute since treatment finished, and I was finally getting my head around that everything it's a journey. It doesn't just finish because your treatment finishes. Treatment is very hard on your body. And I apologise if I'm looking up. I'm used to my camera being up high, and that's where I'm looking, but my camera is actually at eye level, and so I apologise. This is like starting all over again. Anyway, so I have been dealing with those issues, and I thought I was doing really well. I had an MRI on my chest area in November, and they never came back to me and said there was an issue or anything. And I pushed for a PET scan. In New Zealand, it is not standard to have PET scans after cancer treatment. In talking to some wonderful people I have met through my channel, and I really appreciate that. I discovered that in America it's quite common to have PET scans on a regular basis 5 years after completing cancer treatment. In New Zealand that is not the standard. I queried this, and the reason I was given was, I think a lot of it is the availability. We only have we have 2 PET scan machines in the country, one in the South Island where I live, which thank gosh it is in my city, so I don't have to travel to have a PET scan, but anyone else in the South Island needs to travel to Christchurch to have a PET scan. So I think it's the availability of the machine, costs, they don't encourage it, and then the final kicker was I was told, well, if you have a PET scan and we discover anything else, it's usually too late. Your cancer has metastasized, and the only thing that a PET scan can do is that we catch it early. In my mind, isn't that the whole idea, that you catch cancer as early as you can? And so thank goodness I have insurance, and I pushed to have a PET scan, and I had that on Tuesday of this week. By Thursday morning at 8:30 I got a phone call to say that they had found something a little bit unusual, and that they had seen it in my MRI in November but had assumed that it was just scar tissue because it's on the side. I've had my breast removed and had all my lymph nodes removed, and didn't think anything of it. But because it was mentioned in the PET scan, they thought they would do some further investigation. So I was asked to come in on Thursday at 1 o'clock for an ultrasound. So that sort of threw the filming out of whack. I must admit, from going through all this, getting an appointment on the same day, well, 2 days after having a PET scan, getting an appointment 2 days later for an ultrasound seemed rather speedy for me, so my alarm bells are going off a little bit. So I had the ultrasound, and they definitely found something in my armpit where I've had all my lymph nodes removed. I had 29 lymph nodes removed and 4 had cancer. So I'm going back on Tuesday to have a guided biopsy. They also gave me a mammogram on my left side, and I do have to say, from seeing images of mammograms in the past, I'm a little bit naughty. When they leave the room, I take a photo of the screen, so I have a picture of it that I can come home and have a look at it later. Probably not the best thing to do if you're wanting peace of mind, but I do have to say the mammogram has also sent alarm bells for me as well, but I will wait until I see the surgeon about those results. But I am having a guided biopsy on Tuesday, and I am expecting I will see the surgeon by the end of next week, hopefully to find out what the story is. But at the moment I am rather anxious, pleased that I pushed to have extra testing that they were not going to do, but I have learnt that the reason my 100mm tumour was missed in the first place was that I didn't push. I put my faith in the whole process and just thought that the testing that they were doing for me was suffice when it wasn't, and they missed this tumour that had been growing in me even though I was having mammograms every 12 months. The mammogram did not pick this tumour up, and so I am being very proactive in my care. I'm hoping that it is nothing, but I have to say their behaviours and how they were treating me on Thursday indicates to me that there might be something else going on, and I'm just trying to be as calm as possible until I find that out. So that's where we are at the moment, and if I had filmed this video a week earlier, I would have told you that everything was tickety-boo, I'm good as gold and happy to be getting on with everything. So it's just a curveball, and I will update you as to what transpires from all of this. Now, something you may have noticed is my hair has grown back, and she's definitely the chemo curls. Now, if anyone has been watching me for some time, you know that one thing about me is that I normally have very fine, baby fine, flat hair, and she has grown back with quite thick and definitely have curls. I'm going to pop a pic up here of what I look like in the morning with it a la naturel before I dampen it down with water and some styling wax. I'm getting it trimmed next week just to give it a little bit of style so that I don't have to keep flattening it down. I do like the curls, it's just a little bit too boofy and I'm not used to it, and that's all it is. I'm very grateful to have my hair growing back. It's just grown back in a way that I've never had my hair, and I'm learning to style it, and it's just new for me. Now, something that has been a positive is that during treatment I did put on a lot of weight. I put on around 11 kilos, and to date I have lost 12 of those kilos, but I am still overweight. As my cancer is hormone based and was because I had too much estrogen and progesterone that sort of contributed to the tumour, I am on an estrogen blocker now. And something that I've learned is that when I'm overweight, my fat tissue actually naturally produces estrogen. So the more heavier I am, the more estrogen my body is going to produce. So I'm still about 10 to 15 kilos overweight, and for my health I need to get that off. It's very frustrating. I find I'm trying my best and I feel like I hit a wall every now and then. And in saying that, I just realised I did not have my wrist brace on. I have been lifting light weights at home for several months trying to build up my strength, and I was using small dumbbells, and then the first day that I go to the gym and use machines, I sprained my wrist something awful, and so I've had to wear this brace for a few weeks, and I will be wearing it for a few weeks more. It is getting better, but it was like one of those things, you take one step forward and 2 steps back, but that is something that's happened there. I've been doing lots of walking. Walking works best for me because I do still get the whole neuropathy situation going on with my feet and my legs, and the best way to explain that to anyone who's not too sure is the chemo can cause neuropathy and my feet really ache. I actually think the soles of my feet are very, very achy, and the bones and the muscles that are around my ankles and run up my legs up to my knees can be quite painful. So walking is the best, and I do try my best. I did very well over the Christmas break. Over the 2.5 weeks we were away, we stay in a beautiful national park along the beach. And over those 2.5 weeks, I walked 64 kilometres along the Abel Tasman walking tracks, just going by doing a walk every second day. So that was a really huge achievement for me, and I'm really, really pleased that I was able to do that. Tomorrow there is an event called the City to Surf, and it is a 12k run from the city to the beach, and a group of us from work are walking that 12k, so I'm doing that tomorrow with them, and I'm really looking forward to it. I was not well enough in November last year, excuse the car going past. November last year we were going to do a 21k half marathon in Queenstown, and I was just not well enough to do that. I went down and supported them instead, so I'm looking forward to being able to participate in the 12k walk tomorrow. So I'm getting more active, I'm trying my best with my eating. I'm very pleased and proud of myself that I have gone from 91 kilos down to 79, but I would need to get down to between 65 and 70 to be in that healthy weight range. So I'm finding I'm stuck and it's really difficult. I'm not moving much more of that weight off at the moment, but we'll just do the best we can. I love my yoga. I do yin yoga, very laid back yoga, but is really great for stretching and mobility. I have unfortunately been having issues with vertigo, and so I'd had a couple of sessions, well 3 now, where I've had to leave the class early and come home, and I've gone straight to bed because I've ended up with a migraine and just dizzy and nauseous. But a week ago I had the worst event where I just had to leave the room. I left all my gear in there. Thank gosh I took my phone with me, and I had to ring my daughter to say, can you please come and get me? I couldn't move. If I moved I vomited. The vertigo was that bad. I was so embarrassed because I finally got downstairs, and thank goodness they had pre-thought and brought a bucket, and I was downstairs in the car park sitting on the ground with bare feet vomiting into this bucket for about 20 minutes, and the gym is upstairs and they were looking down over the car park, so I was so embarrassed. But finally got home, ended up having the next day of work, and it turns out it's not cancer related at all. It's just all to do with my inner ear and my balance crystals, and I went and saw a physio for that. But you get to the point where you think, oh my gosh, I'm trying to do everything. I did end up in tears over it. You're trying to do everything right for your health and well-being, and you get kicked in the bum with all this stuff. But just a matter of putting one foot in front of the other and carrying on. So I'm sorting out that with different exercises so that I can overcome that issue, because I really do enjoy my yoga. It's great for my mobility as well as my well-being as well. Now my YouTube channel is going to change a little bit. Over the last 5 years I have worked extremely hard to build my channel. I've put in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, doing courses on how can you grow your YouTube channel, what should you be doing, and spending many hours when you don't really have a lot of extra hours when you work full-time and you're running a household, you're being a mum, and etc. So I've spent, it's probably more like 7 years, and I am very grateful for the subscribers I have. I have just under 3,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you all so very much. My journey last year was just easy to share and have feedback with other people who have had family members or experienced themselves, and just the encouragement and everything was awesome for my soul last year. The reason I actually originally started up my channel was because I love beauty, makeup, skincare, passionate about skincare. And even though my friends sort of like that sort of thing, they aren't into it as much as I am. And so starting up my channel was so that I could connect with other women who were as passionate about these sorts of things as I was. And I have really got to connect with some amazing women. I chat to you outside of YouTube, and we message each other and keep in contact, and I'm really thankful to have made those connections. And if, you know, life is wonderful, hopefully one day we get to meet in person. What is fabulous about the women that I have connected to through my channel is that I believe that they are people that if I did know them in person or did meet them in person, that we would become friends, because we do have things in common and connect in that way. So having my channel has been an awesome way of meeting awesome women who are on the same wavelength as myself. So I really appreciate that. Now, what I have discovered, I have worked hard, I have banged my head up against a brick wall, trying to do what they tell you to do to beat the algorithm. You need to upload this many times, you have to do this, do that, do everything, and putting so much pressure on myself. And it was starting to turn it into unenjoyable, because I wasn't uploading videos because I wanted to. I was doing it because I felt like I had to be successful. I've had a huge mindset change. I don't care if I'm successful with this or not. I have done it. The reason, the why I started this was to connect with other amazing women, and that's what I've done. That is my goal achieved. It's not to have 100,000 subscribers. I mean, that would be fabulous, and maybe I could put more time into it, but that's not why I started this. It was to connect with fabulous women in their mature years. I'm 56 years old, and I wanted to meet other people that just had similar tastes as me, and I've done that. So I've achieved my goal. So I'm not going to be doing the shoulds and I should be doing and don'ts and all this. I am going to upload videos because I want to, about what I want to, and when I want to. I'm going to take the whole pressure off myself and just upload when I can. So that being said, my videos will not be up every week. I am going to try and aim for 2 videos a month, so that will be one a fortnight, to take the pressure off me so that I can live my life and take care of myself, be kind to myself. But I have missed doing videos. My makeup and everything was my passion, and doing videos was a way for me to play and experiment with makeup. Going forward, my videos aren't all going to be beauty based. I'm still going to do tutorials for the mature woman. I'm still going to do tutorials for hooded eyes. I am still going to share my skincare. I've pared my skincare right back, so I'm just not going to be buying everything that's new, the new releases, the new and the fancy. It's just not happening. So I'm going to be mixing my videos up, but I am still going to do makeup tutorials, but using products I have. Now, since I've been gone and since I've stopped videoing, it's been 6 months. I've bought one makeup item in that time, and I purchased this online whilst I was on holiday, and I haven't even used it. Now, it's probably a little bit bright because I've got a light up as well as the window open, and it's the Natasha Denona mini pastel palette. If you are interested in seeing a tutorial with me using this, please let me know. It's totally outside of my comfort zone, but decided I'd pick it up. I love those minis. They're 25, I think they're 27 US dollars now. And they were an affordable way to add something new to my collection. But that is the only makeup item I have bought in the last 6 months. So I'm not buying the new and the fancy. I can't afford to, really, and I really did get caught up in doing that for reviews. The other thing that makes it difficult is in New Zealand. Sephora New Zealand, I mean, they're great, they've got good brands. We don't get the new they stock brands like Natasha Denona, but we get the stuff a month or two after it's been released. Pat McGrath, we haven't had half of her new releases. Yes, we can order from the sites themselves, but it just makes it frustrating that you feel like you're always on alert to, if you want to do a review, you need to get it soon, and I just can't be bothered with that pressure anymore. So my beauty videos going forward are going to be using products that I have, and maybe I'll compare them to new products that are out at the time. But there's just so much makeup out there now that there's so many dupes, so many comparisons, so many similarities, that whatever I use, there will be something that you will be able to buy at the time, I am sure, that will be similar to what I use. So that's what's going to be happening from the beauty perspective. I am hoping to add, in the short term anyway, some fashion videos, only because my body shape has changed. I've put on weight. I cannot wear the same things that I used to wear now that I have had a mastectomy. I have to wear bras I really don't like anymore, but that is just a fact of life. I'll put in a wee clip here that even with wearing a bra with my prostheses, the fact that I have a large existing boob and a prostheses, my prostheses shifts. I'm lopsided, and so even wearing a bra, I am lopsided. So I can't wear those form-fitting things that I used to wear. I used to love wearing spaghetti strap dresses in the summer because I don't like wearing a lot of clothes in the summer. I love spaghetti strap dresses, but I can't do that now because of the types of bras that I have to wear. I can't wear strapless anymore. I have this, what I call a back boob. I'll try and put in a wee clip here. I have this back boob. Now that I don't have lymph nodes, my fluid drains into this pocket under my arm around the back a little bit, and so if I'm wearing a sleeveless top, I have this boob that hangs out under my arm, and it's not an attractive look. So I've had to rethink my wardrobe. Over the Christmas break, I literally got rid of about 80% of my wardrobe. I sold it on consignment. I sold it through like an eBay. It's called Trade Me in New Zealand. And then with the funds that I got from selling off bits and pieces and a lot of the wigs that I had bought over the time last year when I needed wigs and had a hell of a job trying to find one I liked, found one I did in the end. I've taken those funds and I have repurposed, reimagined my wardrobe in what suits me now. And I haven't gone and spent tons of money. I have bought on consignment. I have bought secondhand. I have bought in sales so that I can have clothes that when I look in the mirror, I feel okay. After my treatment, every time I got dressed, I hated what I saw back, and it just exacerbated how I was feeling in my head. After taking so much pride in how I presented myself prior to getting sick, I just felt awful. And so by revamping my wardrobe, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I've really changed some things and some thinking. And so I I'm going to be sharing a few videos on just how I changed, because it's not about following rules. It's not about being trendy and having the latest in fashions. It's adapting to what suits you, your body shape, your lifestyle, your size, and your budget. So I want to share that with you. It might not resonate with anybody else, but it's just showing how I really had to just think, hey, I can't wear what I've got in my wardrobe anymore. It doesn't suit where I am today. So I want to share that journey with you as well. So they will probably be first and foremost my videos going forward. I'm finally getting to go on my trip to Hawaii that we were going to do in April 2020. 3 days prior to our flight taking off, our borders closed due to the pandemic. So 3 years later, because I couldn't go last year because of treatment, we are going in 3 weeks' time today. I am so excited and happy, and whatever happens this week with any news that I may be told, I'm going on holiday and I'll deal with it when I get back. I'm so looking forward to getting away. We are going with our best friends and we're going for 2 weeks. So really looking forward to that. Going to be doing some shopping over there. So I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping to find some good pieces while I'm away. So my next video is going to be what I'm packing on my trip to Hawaii. I have a rail all set ready to go. I will do another video on sharing what I'm going to take on my carry-on for the 10-12 hour flight. It's a 10-hour flight, but we've got to do a connecting flight from Christchurch to Auckland as well. So I'm going to share with you my carry-on bag, and while I'm in Hawaii I will take vlogs or pics every day of the outfits I wear using what I've packed, and hopefully some new pieces that I purchase while I'm away as well. So that's the sort of thing that is coming. So let me know down below if they are the sorts of videos that you would be happy to see from me whilst I get my mojo back with filming videos. A video that I haven't posted but I did film before Christmas, it was in November, was a really huge empties video of products that I had used during the year and in the lead up to just prior to me being diagnosed. I think it's a lengthy video because it was a big empties box. It's about 90% skincare. If you are interested in me still posting that video, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to edit that and put that up for you if you are wanting to know my thoughts on those products, whether I would repurchase them, whether I enjoyed them, etc. So do let me know. I do have that file sitting there. I just haven't edited it and uploaded it. I wasn't sure if it was something you would be interested in, but I would love to know your feedback there, and it would be another video I could pop up. Something that I have really enjoyed having this break away from YouTube is catching up on all the jobs that I didn't do over my 12 months of treatment and recovery. So getting things done around the house has been a huge thing for me. Just plodding along and getting them done one by one. I have a Cricut machine, something I bought when I got diagnosed. I am really naughty at purchasing things in a crisis, in stress situations, and I'm trying to curb that mindset. But I hadn't used it because I wasn't well. But over the Christmas break, I have labelled so much. I'm going to pop some clips in here. I've labelled all these jars in the kitchen. I've redone my spice drawer. I upgraded my husband's office because I was so tired of trying to find things in there. So I bought some shelves. It took me all day. I put these shelves together, and then I did labels on everything so that we can find things really easily. So I'm really pleased. I am a little bit of a cleaniphobe, organisation freak, and when things are going south, I tend to clean, organise, because after therapy, realising that it's because I can control that, and I tend to probably spend too much time and effort and energy in doing that, but it is something I can control when everything else around me is out of control. So being organised is really, really big for me, and I was quite excited to finally get this done. I have been reading, and it's something I don't do. Normally I only read when I'm on holiday, so I am reading as a relaxation tool, and I am enjoying it. I don't read very fast, but it's nice to have that, and not filming every weekend has given me that permission to take time for myself and do things like this. I've also started knitting again, and I am enjoying that, and I'm one of those people that, yes, I watch TV, I watch programs on my laptop, and I take my laptop around with me around the house when I'm preparing tea. I need to be doing something when I'm watching TV. I can't just sit there and watch it. So in the evenings I feel a lot better if I'm watching a TV program, I'm doing the ironing, and now I can be doing knitting, so I'm being productive while I'm watching something as well. So that has been something that I've been doing more of as well. So I have been keeping very busy. It's just been nice to be doing other things than working, cleaning the house, looking after the house, and filming and worrying about YouTube all the time. So that's why I've been missing. I am going to be back, but not as frequently as I used to, and with a lot more varied videos. Thank you for putting up with me for this long. The video was probably a lot longer than I expected it to be. I just wanted to share everything that's been going on, because 5-6 months is a long time when I've been chatting to you all on a weekly basis for such a long time. So it's the biggest and longest break I've ever had since starting my channel, and I'm pretty sure I started it in 2015, so it's actually 8 years. So I really appreciate everyone who's had kind thoughts and messaging me. I've been really slack recently, I'm sorry, on my comments on my YouTube. I am going to catch them all up in the next week. I've really just taken a step back, recharged my batteries, and hopefully we can keep going forward. I thank you all so much for your support, your love. Please let me know down in the comments below if there's any other video ideas that you would like to see from me. I do want to vary it up a little bit. Everything's going to be very amateur hour going forward, like the whole fashion thing. I don't know how to film all that sort of stuff, so it will be a little bit amateur hour, but I'll try my best to share with you and get my view across. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, guys. I've missed you all so much, but I thank you all for keeping in touch and just being such wonderful people. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.